Hello, my name is Apar Gupta and today I'm here to talk to you about the website ban which has been enforced by the government of India around 8 p.m. yesterday night. This has blocked about 59 very popular web services which include TikTok, the UC browser, Cam Scanner, as well as several other services. Purportedly, these services are run out of what are classified as Chinese apps, even though the press release, which is the only statement by the government of India as to the reasons why these web services have been blocked, has been released. Now, even though this press release does not state that these are quote-unquote Chinese apps, it does say several other things. It says that these apps have been blocked and web services have been blocked because they are purportedly contrary to the national security, public order, and also endanger the users of these applications with respect to their privacy and data security. Now, there are some problems with this. The first thing is that the legal powers which are contained to issue such orders are under the Information Technology Act, in which the parent provision is section 69A, and there are several rules made under the blocking rules in 2009 which defines the process and procedure to be followed. Now, today what we have before us are only the press release and the statements within it with the appendix of these 59 web services and applications, but the actual text of the legal order under which they have been prohibited and blocked has not yet been made available to the public. Hence, the first ask to the government is for a disclosure of this order, given that this is a singular act of web censorship which has impacted more people in India than any before. It is clearly unprecedented just in terms of the number of people who will be impacted by it, and there's a legitimate right for the public to know why access to these websites, 59 of them, web services and smartphone applications, has been blocked by the government. The second is that the nature of the power under section 69 and the Information Technology Act is with respect to individualized blocking. So when you block a particular web application or a service, you need to first tell that what is the reason why it has been blocked. But the press release merely bunches all of them together in a singular appendix and notes that they are a threat to India, they are a threat to individuals who are utilizing these apps, whether setting out these reasons. It also says that several complaints have been received against these applications itself. Now, it is not known as per the press release whether these complaints are similar in terms of the number, severity, have they been investigated, what have been the findings, and all of this detail is omitted. And in a blanket appendix, in a listing of all these apps, all of them are blocked by common reasons contained within them. Now, each app has a different functionality. For instance, Cam Scanner is used by people to take pictures of documents and then convert them to PDFs. TikTok is used by creators to create videos and share it amongst their family members or with the larger public. UC browser is used to access websites. Hence, the nature of the personal data which is used, which goes through these applications as well as the smartphone publications is very, very different. Their operational practices will be very, very different. Hence, the individualized nature of the blocking, which should apply website by website and web service by web service, is omitted here. And what you have are generalized statements under which 59 of them have been blocked. This sets a very worrying precedent because it's not only about Chinese apps today, but it's about the operation of a law which, if permitted to be done in such a vague and unsubstantiated manner, can be done against others as well in future. Now, let's look at what are some other problems. The notice, hearing and the publication process, which is under the blocking rules, we do not know whether it's been followed, whether they have been given notice or not. And this again speaks to precedent and setting up of bad practices. Finally, we should also consider, while there is legitimacy in the government view with regard to the privacy, data security, as well as the larger geopolitical interests which are so stated. However, all of this will largely depend on evidence, on objective assessments which need to be done through a regulatory body. India still does not have a data protection law, and until we have one, these kind of objective assessments, if done at the ministerial level as well, need to be done in a manner which are having certain processes which we just talked about. For instance, having a show cause notice, giving a then having a hearing, and then publishing a public order. Finally, one should always consider how the free and open internet, which is somewhat of a value which is reflective of the ideals of the Indian Constitution, stands in distinction to the Chinese walled garden, which is much more reminiscent of state control and centralization of information. So India stands at a path where, when it exercises its blocking power to ban smartphone applications which are purportedly originating in China, are we actually eroding our own democratic values to respond to an aggressive neighbor? And with that, I would like to say and urge the Ministry of Electronics and IT to, at the very least, release the legal order and the basis of banning of these 59 popular web services, given that they have impacted more Indians than ever before in a singular act of internet censorship.